We are about to witness the Nodal Shift.
We are getting ready for the Nodal Shift.
So really excited to kind of find a spot where people are hanging out, congregating, and we can observe them. And then we're going to notice when the time shifts, which is in about 15, 20 minutes now probably, maybe a little longer, and see what happens.
The nodes are a place in space.
You know, the Earth is moving around the sun, and it moves in this elliptical.
If you look at the elliptic of the moon,
and the 2 points at the longest.
Nodes are the space indicated where the moon essentially intersects with the ecliptic. The orbit of the moon and the ecliptic intersect. Think of two circles.
Like a big oval.
And they're kind of slightly offset, and they have 2 points directly opposite of each other where they intersect.
It takes about 3 months for the nodes to complete, a cycle. And so we are completing a cycle today in 30 minutes.
It's your trajectory. It's your life path. It's what you're here to see and experience. Who you're here to meet. It's what you're here to see. It's your life path. It's your trajectory.
The nodes are your environment, and they're a great signpost, and they also activate you. When you're in the correct environment, you're part of it. You're embodying it. It can be your definition. You can have these situations where your definition, your life force energy is in the environment, essentially. So the nodes are very multivalent, very multi-layered, and they can really be seen as an aspect of ourself, but it's also possible to get lost in them. Rod talks about getting lost in the nodes, which is thinking that the nodes are really what the personality sun Earth is. I'm a 46 personality sun. If I think, I don't need that 46, I am here to be a 45. That's my personality node. Totally lost in the 45. And so even at this event here, where I've been playing the role of the 45, to use my dormant 45, which has an electromagnetic with Jenny, my girlfriend, and then activates our 2145 together to kind of gather together people and speak on behalf of the human design tribe and so on. So we kind of temporarily do these roles. But I'm not really here to be the 45, I'm here to gather the 45s. It's almost like a meta 45. It's here to give a platform for the 45s. I was telling Juji, she's a 4521. I'm here to give a platform for her, because the fact that she's in my aura is a good signpost that I'm in the correct environment. When your nodes overlap with people's personality, sun or earth, it's a good sign for you. You're in the right place. It's almost like when you're the not self, the nodes are the aspired to role of what we wish to be in an idealized version of ourselves, that we think we have to be that, and it's such a strong trap. It's empty space in the sky.
Yes,
it's exactly. It activates, but it only activates because we have a resonance to that frequency. That
it's more like a portal than a planet.
Yeah, more like a portal. We gotta get That's it. 2 minutes left. Does somebody else have a timer? Yes. Great. Minute 47. Great.
Not just here, but I really think that a lot of the guys.
Here's our timer.
Oh yeah?
I knew the reader, so it was like
Let's just do a little walk.
Mira, esas flores no son de ese.
Okay, someone's asking what something is. Someone's pointing out they have something. So I just heard
Say again?
I just heard
Oh, really?
I'm hearing for him. Well, someone asked, do you know what this is? And then someone said, So that was good.
58 seconds. Here you go.
Oh, that's funny. You just said 1 minute. In 1 minute is what you just said. All right, 20 seconds left.
Everything safe. And as you can see, they're here, but they're undercover, so you don't want to see them, but they're here. We want to tell you any information you may need to go through this information event right over here. Sun, moon, art, you find all the information that you need. Let's give this man a big round of applause. He's one of our volunteers, one of our artists here. So there's a lot of people come.
There's going to be a little bit of an afterglow. I noticed this last time. We have so many chemicals pumping through our minds of knowing, but then it's like the faucet shut off, but the water's still trickling out, you know?
Something I just overheard someone say is, we're just getting started.
Sometimes with my undefined head and ajna, I get really like I crunch my head together. I felt like when the shift happened, I felt this. Ooh, like my forehead just stretched out. I felt like I had been squished together like a hamburger bun that just was getting smashed, and my meat brain was just getting crushed in between. It's a little bit just at a physical level, like,
I felt a lighterness.
Yeah, like a stretching out of the brow, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like to have 4323 notes go away.
Through the incubation event, through the incubation event,
It occurs to me that the conversation we had was around how we'll know when the nodes shift. Like I was thinking, like, I wonder, like, will I know? Will I just know, or will I not know? And now I kind of don't care anymore. It seemed like a really important problem. 5 minutes ago, it was like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And it was, well, it was that uncertainty of the melancholy. It's the uncertainty of one melancholy to the next.
Right.
We're changing from 4323 individual circuitry to 1 and 2. There's no longer a channel, but it's still individual. There's going to be a demand for being the receptivity of direction, which is 2, the driver, and there's going to be a demand for creative expression and for creativity. Feeling lost and directionless and aimless, and if only it's an environment starved for someone to come in and say, here's the way to go.
One observation is it does feel quieter, like just in general.
It does.
Yeah, let's just take a little walk and see. Like, before there was quite a lot of chatter. There's still chatter, but now it's more like,
Except
like,
you.
There's a different,
Except
like-
you.
there's a different,
Except
like-
you.
there's a different quality to it.
it's tittering. It's like, it's not.
It's not as like loud and certain.
It's so wonderful to be here and to entertain you today. We are Las Flores del Valle, and we have our very wonderful lead.
Any observations?
Accordionist.
Everybody thought things got a little more mellow and relaxed.
Right? We did. There's a different,
Except
like-
you.
there's a different kind of chatter going on.
At first, it was the same, and then after a few minutes, it got really calm. And I don't feel the friction here anymore, and I actually feel the calm coming down my body. Because I didn't realize there was like this wedge, this disconnected wedge, and it's gone.
There was like a little bit of a pressure in my head area that I think I've kind of gotten relief from. And then I saw a guy walking through the crowd by himself with his phone, singing like no one was around, walking through the crowd. That had to be gate 1 conditioning. And I noticed that Mary has the 4323, and when she walked away, it even felt light, like even more relief from whatever that feeling was. So yeah, I think that there was something there.
So I have the 4323, and all I can say is when my shoulders seem to drop just shortly afterwards. So I don't know what that means, but when the nodes came in before, like 5 months ago or whatever, it felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off my shoulders.
You can have these situations where your definition, your life force energy is in the environment.
And so I'm curious on whether it will feel, if this is a heaviness that fell on the shoulders or a relaxation into it. I don't know yet.
It's just the shifting of the shoulders.
Yeah, shifting of the shoulders with the nodes.
Well, and also, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but anytime there's a big change, I always notice I get really sleepy almost as my body has to process and digest the new change.
Right.
We're going to walk into people and we're not going to do that. Lost and directionless and aimless, and if only it's an environment starved for someone to come in and say, here's the way to go. So what I've been noticing, that guy just put a stroller out in front of me. Right over there, a woman was walking and someone put a chair right in front of her and she almost tripped over it. This other person was standing taking a photo and someone had to squeeze behind them. And really, so everyone's getting in everyone's way. Everyone's getting in everyone's way. It's amazing. It's amazing. Are they closed?
The nodes are the only thing that are connected to the monopole.
I finally got
So the nodes are agents of the monopole. So what your nodes do is basically they hold you together. They hold you together by giving you a life, a continuity that you move through that is a continuity that is there both for your form and for your personality.
Let's just do a little walk.
New generation.